In a forest glade, Lady Jane soliloquizes, accompanying herself on the double bass. Meanwhile, the maidens, whom we can hear in the distance, have, in spite of their promises of constancy to their dragoons, transferred their attentions to Grosvenor, and are following him as they once followed Bunthorne.
The fickle crew have deserted Reginald and sworn allegiance to his rival, and all, forsooth, because he has glanced with passing favor on a puling milkmaid. Fools! Of that fancy he will soon weary, and then I, who alone am faithful to him, shall reap my reward. But do not dally too long, Reginald, for my charms are ripe, Reginald, and already they are decaying. Better secure me ere I've gone too far.
Sad is that woman's lot, oh, year by year. Sees one by one her beauties disappear. When time, grown weary of her heart-drawn sighs, impatiently begins to dim her eyes. Compelled at last in life's uncertain gloamings to wreathe her wrinkled brow with well-saved combings, reduced with rouge, lip salve, and pearly grey. To make up for lost time as best she may.
the old, old tale. How rapturously these maidens love me, and how hopelessly. Oh, patience, patience. With the love of thee in my heart, what have I for these poor mad maidens but an unvalued pity? Alas, they will die of hopeless love for me as I shall die of hopeless love for thee.
Sir, will it please you read to us?
Yes, child, if you will. What shall I read?
One of your own poems.
One of my own poems? Oh, better not, my child. They will not cure thee of thy love.
Mr. Barnthorne used to read us a poem of his own every day.
And to do him justice, he read them extremely well.
Oh, did he so? Well, who am I that I should take upon myself to withhold my gifts from you? What am I but a trustee? Here is a decollete, a pure and simple thing, a very daisy. A babe might understand it. To appreciate it, it is not necessary to think of anything at all.
Let us think of nothing at all.
Gentle Jane was as good as gold. She always did as she was told. She never spoke when her mouth was full, or caught blue bottles their legs to pull, or spilt plum jam on her nice new frock, or put white mice in the 8-day clock, or vivisected her last new doll, or fostered a passion for alcohol. And when she grew up, she was given in marriage to a first-class earl who keeps his carriage.
Oh.
I believe I'm right in saying that there is not one word in that decollete which is calculated to bring the blush of shame to the cheek of modesty.
Not one. It is purity itself.
Here is another. Teasing Tom was a very bad boy. A great big squirt was his favorite toy. He put live shrimps in his father's boots and sewed up the sleeves of his Sunday suits. He punched his poor little sisters' heads and cayenne-peppered their four-post beds. He plastered their hair with cobbler's wax and dropped hot halfpennies down their backs. The consequence was he was lost totally and married a girl in the corps de ballet.
Oh, mark too how grandly, how relentlessly the damning catalogue of crime strode on, till retribution like a poised hawk came swooping down upon the wrongdoer. Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, sir, you are indeed a true poet. Few touch our hearts and they go out to you.
Oh, this is simply cloying. Ladies, I'm sorry to appear ungallant, but this is Saturday, and you've been following me about ever since Monday. I should like the usual half-holiday. I shall take it as a personal favour if you will kindly allow me to close early today.
Oh, sir, do not send us from you.
Poor, poor girls. It is best to speak plainly. I know that I am loved by you, but I never can love you in return, for my heart is fixed elsewhere. Remember the fable of the magnet and the churn.
But we don't know the fable of the magnet and the churn.
Don't you? Oh, then I will sing it to you.
A magnet hung in a hardware shop, and all around was a loving crop of scissors and needles, nails and knives, offering love for all their lives. But for I and the magnet felt no whim. Though he charmed iron, he charmed not him. From needles and nails and knives he turned, for he'd set his love on a silver churn.
A silver churn.
A silver churn. His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took this turn. If I can wheedle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took this turn. If I can wheedle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
And iron and steel express surprise. The needles opened their well-drilled eyes. The penknives felt shut up, no doubt. The scissors declared themselves cut out. the kettles they boiled with rage, 'tis said, while every nail went off its head, and hither and thither began to roam, till a hammer came up and drove them home.
It drove them home.
It drove them home. While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to yearn, by no endeavor can magnet ever attract a silver churn.
While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to learn,
By no endeavor can magnet ever attract a silver churn.
At last they're gone. What is this mysterious fascination that I seem to exercise over all I come across? Oh, a curse on my fatal beauty, for I'm sick of conquests.
Archibald,
Patience!
I have escaped with difficulty from my Reginald. I wanted to see you so much that I might ask you if you still love me as fondly as ever.
Love you if the devotion of a lifetime...
Hold! Unhand me or I scream. If you are a gentleman, pray remember that I am another's. But you do love me, don't you?
Madly, hopelessly, despairingly.
That's right. I never can be yours, but that's right.
And you love this Bunthorne?
With a heart-whole ecstasy that withers and scorches and burns and stings. It is my duty.
Admirable girl. But you're not happy with him.
Happy? I am miserable beyond description.
That's right. I never can be yours, but that's right.
But go now. I see dear Reginald approaching. Farewell, dear Archibald. I cannot tell you how happy it has made me to know that you still love me.
Oh, if I only dared.
Sir, this language to one who is promised to another. Oh, Archibald, think of me sometimes, for my heart is breaking. He is so unkind to me, and you would be so loving.
Loving.
Advance one step, and as I am a good and pure woman, I scream. Farewell, Archibald. Stop there. Think of me sometimes. Advance at your peril. Once more. Adieu.
Patience, crying, eh? What are you crying about?
I've only been thinking how dearly I love you.
Love me? Bah!
Love him, bah!
Don't you interfere.
He always crushes me.
What is the matter, dear Reginald? If you have any sorrow, tell it to me, that I may share it with you. It is my duty.
Whom were you talking with just now?
With dear Archibald.
With dear Archibald. Upon my honor, this is too much.
A great deal too much.
Do be quiet.
Crushed again.
I think he is the noblest, purest, and most perfect being I have ever met, but I don't love him. It is true that he is devotedly attached to me, but indeed I don't love him. Whenever he grows affectionate, I scream. It is my duty.
I dare say.
So do I dare say.
Why, how could I love him and love you too? You can't love two people at once.
Oh, can't you, though?
No, you can't. I only wish you could.
I don't believe you know what love is.
Yes, I do. There was a happy time when I didn't, but a bitter experience has taught me.
Love is a plaintive song, sung by a soft
that no wrong can cure, love that is always new, that is the love that's pure, that is the love that's true, love that no wrong can cure, love that is always new, that is the love that's pure, that is the love that's rendering good for ill, smiling at every frown, yielding your own self-will, laughing your teardrops down, never a selfish whim, trouble or pain to star, everything for him, nothing at all for her, nothing at all for her. Love that will endure, though the rewards be few, that is the love that's pure, that is the love that's true, love that will endure, though the rewards be few, that is the love that's pure, that is the love that's true.
Everything has gone wrong with me since that smug-faced idiot came here. Before that, I was admired, I may say loved.
Too mild. Adored.
Do let a poet soliloquize. The demoiselles used to follow me wherever I went. Now they all follow him.
Not all. I am still faithful to you.
Yes, and a pretty demoiselle you are.
No, not pretty. Massive. Cheer up. I will never leave you, I swear it.
Oh, thank you. I know what it is. It is confounded mildness. They find me too highly spiced, if you please. And no doubt I am highly spiced.
Not for my taste.
No, but I am for theirs. I will show the world that I can be as mild as he. If they want insipidity, they shall have it. I'll meet this fellow on his own ground and beat him on it.
You shall, and I will help you.
You will? Jane, there's a good deal of good in you after all.
So go to him and say to him with compliment ironical,
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what I shall say.
your style is much too sanctified, your cut is too canonical.
Sing ba to you, ha ha to you, and that's what I shall say.
I was the beau ideal of the morbid young aesthetical. To doubt my inspiration was regarded as heretical, until you cut me out with your placidity immetical.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say. Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you,
Good
sing ba
day.
to you, ha ha to you, sing
Ba.
boo to you, poo poo to you,
Ha,
and that's
ha.
what you should say. Sing hey
Boo.
to you, good day to you,
Poo,
sing
poo.
ba to you, ha ha to you, sing
Boo,
boo to you,
and that's what I shall say. Boo, boo, and that's what I shall say. Boo, ba, and that's what I shall say.
I'll tell him that unless he will consent to be more jocular.
Say boo to you, poo-poo to you, and that's what you should say.
To cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular.
Say bah to you, ha-ha to you, and that's what you should say.
To stuff his conversation full of cripple and of quiddity, to dine on chopped and roly-poly pudding with avidity, he'd better clear away with all convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo-poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you,
Good
sing bah
day.
to you, ha-ha to you, sing
Bah.
boo to you, poo-poo to you, and that's what you should say. Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing bah to you, ha-ha to you, sing bah to you,
And that's what I shall say. Boo, boo, and that's what I should say. Bah, bah, and that's what I should say.
Meanwhile, aestheticism has invaded the army. The Duke, Colonel, and the Major, together with their colleagues, determined to win back their ladies, have abandoned their uniforms and are dressed as aesthetics, walking in stiff, constrained, angular attitudes.
It's clear that medieval art alone retains its zest. To charm and please its devotees, we've done our little best. We're not quite sure if all we do as the early English ring, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. We venture to expect that what we recollect, though but a part of true high art, will have its due effect. If this is not exactly right, we hope you won't upbraid. You can't get high aesthetic taste like trousers ready-made. True views on medievalism time alone will bring, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. To cultivate the trim rigidity of limb, you want to get a marionette and form your style on him.
Yes. It's quite clear that our only chance of making a lasting impression on these young ladies is to become as aesthetic as they are.
No doubt. The only question is how far we've succeeded in doing so. I don't know why, but I have an idea this attitude is not quite right.
I don't like it. I never did. I don't see what it means. I do it, but I don't like it.
My good friend, the question is not whether we like it, but whether they do. They understand these things, we don't. Now, I shouldn't be surprised if this is effective enough at a distance.
I can't help thinking we're a little stiff at it. It would be extremely awkward if we were to be struck so.
I don't think we shall be struck so. Perhaps we're a little awkward at first, but everything must have a beginning. Ah, here they come. 10-shun.
Oh, Sapphire! See! The immortal fire has descended on them, and they are of the inner brotherhood, perceptively intense and consummately utter.
How Botticellian, how Fra Angelican. Oh, art, we thank thee for this boon.
I'm afraid we're not quite right.
Not supremely, perhaps, but oh, so all but. Oh, Sapphire, are they not quite too all but?
They are indeed jolly utter.
I wonder what the inner brotherhood usually recommend for cramp.
Ladies, we'll not deceive you. we are doing this at some personal inconvenience with a view of expressing the extremity of our devotion to you. We trust that is not without its effect.
We will not deny that we are much moved by this proof of your attachment.
Yes, your conversion to the principles of aesthetic art in its highest development has touched us deeply.
And if Mr. Grosvenor should remain obdurate...
Which we have every reason to believe
I
he
wish
will.
they'd make haste.
We are not prepared to say that our yearning hearts will not go out to you.
By sections of threes, rapture. Rapture!
Oh, it's extremely good. For beginners, it's admirable.
The only question is, who will take who?
Oh, the Duke chooses first as a matter of course.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. Oh, you're really too good.
Nothing of the kind. You are a great matrimonial fish, and it's only fair that each of these ladies should have a chance of hooking you.
If Saphir I choose to marry, I shall be fixed up for life. Then the Colonel need not tarry, Angela can be his wife. In that case, unprecedented single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. In that case, unprecedented single, he will live and die. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. If an Angie I determine, at my wedding she'll appear, decked in diamond and ermine, Major then can take Saphir. In that case, unprecedented single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heartful sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartful sympathy. In that case, unprecedented single, he will live and die. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. After some debate internal, if on either I decide, Saphir then can take the Colonel, and she be the Major's bride. In that case, unprecedented single, I must live and die. I shall have to be contented with the heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. In that case, unprecedented single, he will live and die. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
It's very pleasant to be alone. It's pleasant to be able to gaze at leisure upon those features which all others may gaze upon at their good will. Oh, I am a very Narcissus.
It's no use. I can't live without admiration. Since Grosvenor came here, insipidity has been at a premium. He is there.
Ah, Bunthorne, come here. Look. Very graceful, isn't it?
Oh, bah, I'm in no mood for trifling.
What is amiss?
Ever since you came here, you have entirely monopolized the attentions of the young ladies. I don't like it, sir.
Oh, my dear sir, how can I help it? They're the plague of my life. My dear Mr. Bunthorne, with your personal disadvantages, you can have no idea of the inconvenience of being madly loved at first sight by every woman you meet.
Sir, until you came here, I was adored.
Exactly, until I came here. That's my grievance. I cut everybody out. I assure you, if you could only suggest some means whereby, consistently with my duty to society, I could escape these inconvenient attentions, you would earn my everlasting gratitude.
I will do so at once. However popular it may be with the world at large, your personal appearance is highly objectionable to me.
It is? Oh, thank you, thank you. How can I express my gratitude?
By making a complete change at once, your conversation must henceforth be perfectly matter-of-fact. You must cut your hair and have a back parting.
Beg pardon?
A back parting, sir. In appearance and costume, you must be absolutely commonplace.
No, pardon me, that's impossible.
Take care. When I am thwarted, I am very terrible.
I can't help that. I am a man with a mission, and that mission must be fulfilled.
I don't think you quite appreciate the consequences of thwarting me.
I don't care what they are.
Suppose, I won't go so far as to say that I will do it, but suppose for one moment I were to curse you. Very well then, take care, take care.
But surely you would never do that.
I don't know. It would be an extreme measure, no doubt. Still...
But you would not do it. I'm sure you would not. Oh, reflect, reflect. You had a mother once.
Never.
Then you had an aunt. I see you had. By the memory of that aunt, I implore you to pause ere you resort to this last fearful expedient. Oh, Mr. Bunthorne, reflect, reflect.
I must not allow myself to be unmanned. It is useless. Consent at once, or may a nephew's curse...
Hold. Are you absolutely resolved?
Absolutely.
Will nothing shake you?
Nothing. I am adamant.
Oh, very good. Then I yield.
You swear it?
I do, cheerfully. I've long wished for a reasonable pretext for such a change as you suggest. It's come at last. I do it on compulsion.
Victory! I triumph!
When I go out of door, of demoiselles a score, or sighing and burning and clinging and yearning will follow me as before. I shall with cultured taste distinguish gems from paste, and high diddle will rank as a niddle if I pronounce it chaste. A most intense young man, a soulful-eyed young man, an utter poetical, super-aesthetical, out-of-the-way young man. Conceive me if you can, an everyday young man, a commonplace type with a stick and a pipe and a half-bred black and tan, who thinks suburban hops more fun than Monday pops, who's fond of his dinner and doesn't get thinner on bottled beer and chops. A commonplace young man, a matter-of-fact young man, a steady and solid, jolly bank holiday, everyday young man. The Japanese young man, a blue and white young man, fresh as good a rimini, mimini, pimini, je ne sais quoi young man. A Chancery Lane young man, a Somerset House young man, a very delectable, highly respectable, threepenny bus young man. A padded and thin young man, a haggard and lank young man, a greenery, gallery, grove and a gallery, foot in the grave young man. A Sewell and Cross young man, a Howell and James young man, a pushing young particle, what's the next article, Waterloo House young man. Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an alphabetical, super-aesthetical, everyday young man. Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an alphabetical, super-aesthetical, everyday young man.
It's all right. I have committed my last act of ill nature, and henceforth I'm a changed character when I go out of door, of demoiselles a score,
Reginald!
or sang.
Dancing? And what in the world is the matter with you?
Patience, I am a changed man. Hitherto I've been gloomy, moody, fitful, uncertain in temper, and selfish in disposition.
You have indeed.
All that is changed. I have reformed. I have modelled myself upon Mr. Grosvenor. Henceforth I am mildly cheerful. My conversation will blend amusement with instruction. I shall still be aesthetic, but my aestheticism will be of the most pastoral kind.
Oh, Reginald, is all this true?
Quite true. Observe how amiable I am.
But, Reginald, how long will this last?
With occasional intervals for rest and refreshment, as long as I do.
Oh, Reginald, I'm so happy. Oh, dear, dear Reginald, I cannot express the joy I feel at this change. It will no longer be a duty to love you, but a pleasure, a rapture, an ecstasy.
My darling.
But, oh, horror.
What's the matter?
Is it quite certain that you have absolutely reformed? That you are henceforth a perfect being? utterly free from defect of any kind?
It is quite certain. I have sworn it.
Then I never can be yours.
Why not?
Love, to be pure, must be absolutely unselfish. And there can be nothing unselfish in loving so perfect a being as you have now become.
But stop a bit. I don't want to change. I'll relapse. I'll be as I was. Interrupted.
I'm a Waterloo House young man, a Sewell and Cross young man, a steady and suddenly jolly bank holiday every day young man.
We swear the world's your girls, and Madame Louise your girls, we're prettily buzzing and cheerily chattering every day young girls.
Angela, Ella, Sapphire, what does this mean?
It means that Archibald the all-right cannot be all wrong. And if the all-right chooses to discard aestheticism, it proves that aestheticism ought to be discarded.
Oh, Archibald, Archibald, I'm shocked, surprised, horrified.
Oh, I can't help it. I'm not a free agent. I do it on compulsion.
This is terrible. Go. I shall never set eyes on you again.
Oh, I say.
But, oh, joy.
What's the matter?
Is it quite certain that you will always be a commonplace young man?
Always have sworn it.
Why then, there's nothing to prevent my loving you with all the fervour at my command.
Well, that's true.
My Archibald.
My patience.
Ah!
Crushed again.
Shut up.
Oh.
I'm still here. I have never left you, and I never will.
Thank you, Jane. After all, there is no denying it. You're a fine figure of a woman.
My Reginald.
My Jane.
Ladies, the Duke has at length determined to select a bride.
I have a great gift to bestow. Approach such of you as are truly lovely. In personal appearance, you have all that is necessary to make a woman happy. In common fairness, I think I ought to choose the only one among you who has the misfortune to be distinctly plain.
Oh.
Jane.
Oh.
Duke.
Crushed again.
After much debate internal, I on Lady Jane decide. Sapphire now may take the Colonel, and she be the Major's bride.
In that case, unprecedented single, I must live and die. I shall have to be contented with a tulip all in lie.
He will have to be contented with a tulip all in eye. In the case unprecedented single, he must live and die. He will have to be contented with a tulip all in eye. Take your place, the the tulip, very pretty sight. Each of us will make the other go away.
In that recorded performance of Patience by W.S. Gilbert and Arthur Sullivan, the cast was as follows. Colonel Calverley was sung by Donald Franke and spoken by Jack May. Major Murgatroyd was sung by Leslie Fyson and spoken by Frederick Treves. The Duke of Dunstable was sung by Duncan Robertson and spoken by John Wood. Reginald Bunthorne was played by Peter Pratt. Archibald Grosvenor was sung by Derek Hammond Stroud and spoken by Andrew Sachs. Lady Jane was sung by Pamela Bowden and spoken by Joyce Grant. Patience was sung by Pamela Woolmore and spoken by Prunella Scales. Lady Angela was sung by Shirley Minty and spoken by Elizabeth Morgan. Lady Ella was sung by Ursula Connors and spoken by Pamela Binns. Lady Sapphire was sung by Patricia Clark and spoken by Shirley Cooklin. The Lovesick Maidens and the 35th Dragoon Guards were the John McCarthy singers, and you also heard the BBC Concert Orchestra leader Arthur Levins. The performance was conducted by Stanford Robinson and produced by Michael Moores and Peter Bryant. Derek Hammond Stroud broadcasts by permission of Sadler's Wells Opera Company. The next performance in this complete series of Savoy operas will be on Sunday, the 27th of March at 12 noon in the music programme, when you can hear Iolanthe.